I found 5 incredibly effective techniques for behavior change, habit building, and life design no one is actually talking about so much, so I will today. Without any further ado, let's start with the first one. Implementation intentions. The concept of implementation intentions is popularized by psychologist Peter Goldwitzer. It involves creating a specific plan that links the desired behavior with the situational cue. This technique helps us establish a clear connection between our intentions and actions, increasing the likelihood of taking action. Implementation intention is like creating a script that guide your behavior to a specific situation. It's like saying, when this happens, then I will do this. So what does actually mean? Example and action step. Rather than setting a broad goal like exercise more, you can create the implementation intention like I will jog for 20 minutes every morning after breakfast. So the point here is to have very precise and specific plan, because then you will be more likely to actually do what you planned. So you can take one paper and just write down like your desired behavior, this is what I want, and then plan it when you will do it. Like I will read for 30 minutes after shower at night before sleep. And you can also specify I will read this book. Number 2 is self-determination theory that explains that we are motivated by 3 basic psychological needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Now, let's define all 3 of them. Autonomy refers to the desire to be the origin of one's own behavior and actions. It's about feeling a sense of choice and will in what one do. People strive for autonomy when they want to feel that their actions are self-endorsed rather than controlled by external forces. In practical terms, this means that we enjoy the feeling that we have the ability to choose, to make our own decisions, to feel that we have some control over our lives and that our life is not just what happened will happen. And that's why this term is linked with the behavior change and life design, our ability to design the way we will act, think, feel, and behave. Now, competence. Competence relates to the need to feel effective in your interactions with the environment. It involves feeling capable and effective in handling the tasks and challenges that arise in life. Humans have an inherent drive to seek out opportunities for growth and mastery, and when they perceive themselves as competent, they experience a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. So competence is closely tied to feelings of confidence, efficacy, and mastery. And relatedness refers to the need to feel connected to others and to experience a sense of belongingness and intimacy in relationships. Humans are social beings, and forming meaningful connections with others is essential for our overall well-being and our psychological wellness. And I've been talking about this in many of my videos because it is truly something that is, well, I believe, number 1 when we speak about mental health, when we speak about happiness, when we speak about simply our overall well-being. Relatedness involves feeling understood, cared for, and supported by others, as well as offering understanding, care, and support in return. It encompasses both close interpersonal relationships such as family, friends, and romantic partners, and a sense of belonging to larger social groups such as communities, organizations, or cultural groups. So self-determination theory explains that when those 3 main psychological needs are fulfilled, that's when people are more likely to perform a positive behavior. Even more, some researchers show that this can actually activate the reward system in our brain. And we all know that's something that is really important when we speak about motivation, self-determination, and self-discipline. So, example, an actionable step you can take here is to focus on satisfying your psychological needs for autonomy, competence, and relatedness. And this could involve exploring new hobbies or activities that allow you to express yourself creatively and connect with others. So set aside time for some personal development and skill building, whether it's learning a new language or picking up a music instrument, investing in yourself. This way can really boost motivation for behavior change. Next technique is gamification. So do you ever wondered how it would be if your life can be some game where you are going through levels and performing some tasks and leveling up? I really like this concept, and if you like this idea, you will like this technique, gamification, and it involves including game elements into non-game concepts like life. Why this works is some neuroscientific researchers show that involving gamification into our daily life can activate the reward system in our brain, which can then make our tasks more interesting and motivating. And why this is important is because I believe that we all struggle with motivation. I don't think it's so hard to make a plan. What are we going to do and how we are going to change our life, what habits we want to incorporate. But I believe that the common thing we all struggle with is the lack of motivation. So gamification can really help here, and it can especially be interesting and useful to people with ADHD because of the struggle to maintain the dopamine and motivation. So example, an actionable step here is to find some apps or tools that gamify your goals. If you're trying to drink more water, you can use some app that rewards you with points or badges for staying hydrated through the day. So challenge yourself to beat your own high scores or compete with friends in friendly competitions to make tasks more engaging and enjoyable. Technique number 4 is graded exposure, and this technique is commonly used in therapy, especially for people who have anxiety, because gradual exposure allows people to slowly go into the situations or performing some tasks that they feel uncomfortable with. And when we speak about behavior change, there are so many tasks that we are not so comfortable doing. Exercising, for example. So you can use this technique to gradually expose yourself to some tasks that you don't like so much, but you know that if you incorporate them into your daily life, you will improve the quality of your life. Example, an actionable step here. Someone with social anxiety might gradually expose themselves to social situations, starting with some less intimidating scenarios and then progressively working toward more challenging ones. You can choose one habit that you want to incorporate into your life, but you're struggling the most with. For example, if that is exercise, and start small. Like, don't commit to full 30-minute or 1-hour exercise, of course, but just, for example, 10 minutes. So choose the basic level of your habit that you want to adopt, and then gradually level up and add more. The last one, and really interesting technique, it's environmental, can I say this properly? Environmental design or choice architecture. How this sounds so beautifully, choice architecture. So what is it? Behavior change can be influenced by how environment is structured. The term choice architecture was first coined by Richard Teller and Cass Sunstein. I hope I said the names properly. in their book Nudge, Improving Decisions About Health, Wealth, and Happiness. So these authors introduce the idea as a way to shape how choices are presented to people, aiming to improve decision making by reducing biases and mistakes that usually happen because of our limited ability to make completely rational choices always. They suggest that by carefully designing how choices are presented, we can give people a gentle nudge toward options that are better for them without taking away their freedom to choose or drastically changing their feelings. This concept is also known as libertarian paternalism. So implementing this technique into our lives means setting up an environment that makes good choices more available to us, but not overwhelmingly. Like if I want to start eating more healthy, and then if I throw away everything from my house that I used to eat usually and fill the fridge only with only healthy food immediately, this can have a really negative effect. But if I do it more smartly and intentionally, carefully, by not overwhelming myself, but designing the environment for me to be able to more easily pick up apple than chips. So in a nutshell, choice architecture is about arranging our choices in a way that nudges us toward better decisions without taking away our freedom of choice. So, example, an actionable step you can do here is to rearrange your environment to make healthier choices more accessible. For example, keep a bowl of fresh fruits on your kitchen counter for easy snacking, or place your workout clothes by your bed to encourage morning exercise. Surround yourself with supportive people who share similar goals. Also, joining a fitness class or finding a study group can provide accountability and motivation to stick to your intentions. Thank you so much for being here today with me and listening what I wanted to say and share with you. I truly am thrilled with these 5 techniques. I love them. I love the concepts. I believe they are very smart, effective, and I am so excited to try some of them. I would like to know, how do you like those concepts? What do you think about them? Have you heard of them? Have you tried some of them? And what is your experience and your thoughts on this? So don't hesitate to share in the comments your opinion, and don't forget to subscribe. See you very soon in the next video.